St. Louis, the gateway to the West, home of the Cardinals, the Blues, platinum artist Nelly and the St. Lunatics, and an inordinate amount of police abuse. In 2011, Officer Jason Stokely shot and killed Anthony Lamar Smith after a car chase. Now, surprisingly, he was charged with murder. It was 5 years later, but he was charged. A cop was charged with something. Investigators said he obviously used excessive amounts of force and that he also planted a gun. Unfortunately, in 2017, he was acquitted of all charges. And just like so many other cases in which cops kill someone and then get away with it, there was an uprising in the city after the trial. And on one night of protest in 2017, 4 cops texted each other to talk about how excited they were to go out that night and beat protesters' asses. And they found one protester named Luther Hall that night, who wasn't committing any crimes. He was protesting and then running away from cops as they shot beanbag rounds and pellets and pepper spray into the crowds of protesters. And then one of those 4 cops saw him and ordered him to get down on the ground, which he started to do. And then the other 3 cops tackled him and beat the fucking shit out of him. He had all types of fucking herniated discs. His jaw was all fucked up. He hasn't been back to work since then. And what did Mr. Hall do for a living? Well, it turns out he was an undercover detective. They whooped a fucking cop's ass. And that's the only reason anyone knows about it. And it's the only reason they were charged with anything. Because, of course, they lied in their fucking report. Said, oh, it was just a typical gentle arrest. And Luther Hall was like, they beat my ass like fucking Rodney King. And then the cops continued to lie, fucking lied to the FBI, lied to a grand jury, and then finally a couple days ago, one of them admitted to the whole fucking thing and said they covered up the whole fucking thing. But if they hadn't whooped the fucking cops' ass, none of this would have been even fucking known. They kicked the one guy's ass who they couldn't get away with it. Because in fact, there were several other protesters who also got their ass kicked by the police. A fucking journalist, a cameraman, an Air Force captain, all got their asses whooped. But now police and city officials are saying, no, that didn't happen. It was just this one guy. You know, the one bad thing we did all fucking night, and it turned out to be a cop. Right? It was one guy. Isolated incident. We were on our best behavior that night. This is St. Louis cop culture. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa, what? Listen to it now.